So recently I've been playing with a bunch of cool accessories that I haven't really played with before in the EDC category. Things like this tiny game controller, maybe even this tiny 2TB SSD, which is so small the camera can't even pick it up. So in this video, we're going to be going over my essential EDC for anybody that's maybe outside of an office or has left their home for anywhere from 12 to 24 hours and wants to make sure they stay juiced up, still are able to be creative, and still be able to get all their work done all in a tiny package. So without further ado, let's talk about some of my favorite accessories EDC style for the everyday person. Let's get into it. Well, alright everyone, let's get right into this and talk about first a sling bag. So this is going to be UAG's brand new 1-liter crossbody sling bag. Again, it's made out of nylon, as you can see here, so it is kind of water resistant. If it rains on it, if you get some water on it, it's not going to be a big deal. It's not fully waterproof, but it's going to get the job done in most situations. And it's very kind of rugged, but at the same time very easy and lightweight, especially of course when it's empty. You have this beautiful kind of belt right here that's going to be super sturdy and strong. You can resize it to your heart's delight, and then you have the clasp right here, which is super satisfying to put together. And that's not going to go anywhere. You also have this little hook right here if you want to attach maybe a carabiner or something that you want to have quick access to, which is great to see. And then we're going to talk about some of the other stuff that has some quality of life kind of improvements or just nice little features to have in here as we go throughout what's inside of here. Everything will be linked down in the order that I mentioned it that's inside. And this is going to be, like I said, the everyday carry if you're away from an office or a home for 24 hours. The things that you want to bring with you to make sure that you're charged up and you have everything you need from a work and kind of pleasure perspective. So you do have two main compartments right here. So two zippers. Let's start off with the back one because that's going to be the simplest one, but also the most protective in my opinion. This one's going to have a nice microfiber lining. So of course my iPhone's in here to make sure the screen is protected. The iPhone 17 Pro fits nice and perfect in there. You can fit a Pro Max very easily, which is nice to see. And I'm rocking the Moft Movas case on here. I recently cracked my 17 Pro screen. I just got it fixed, but I had a very thin case on it. So I wanted to add just a little bit more protection with the Moft Movas without actually having a large and thick case, because I'm just not a fan of thick cases at all in my opinion. So that's going to be the iPhone 17 Pro with the Moft Movas case. And let's put this off to the side. But like I said, if you want to protect your screens or something that's a little bit more valuable, you can have a nice microfiber lining here, and it's actually closer to your body, of course, so it's going to be harder to get to if somebody is trying to snatch it, right? But then you have the main compartment over here, and this is where all the goodies are. I have a bunch of new goodies that I want to share with you guys that are in here. As you can see, it fits a ton of stuff. And if you're somebody who's gone on the go and use your phone in a creative way, a lot of these accessories are going to resonate with you. But let's start off with the easy ones. You have the AirPods Pro 3 here. I'm using a Pitaka case on here just to kind of keep it protected, and mostly just to like differentiate between my AirPods and my wife's AirPods at home. So that's going to be the AirPods Pro 3. One thing I have noticed is that the case runs out of battery a little faster than the AirPods Pros 2, but overall I love the Pro 3s even compared to the Pro 2s. Highly recommended if you are on the market for a pair of AirPods Pro, and again they're always cheaper on Amazon, so definitely check that out. The next thing I want to bring up is going to be Satechi's 7-in-1 USB-C magnetic hub that attaches to your phone via MagSafe. So you go in here, slap this on here, as you can see, you pull this little cable that's attached to it, you plug it in, and then you have 7 brand new ports. And I actually have a whole review talking about this guy right here if you guys do want to check it out. And you can see that right here the little accessory logo is showing up because it does know that there's an accessory, and you even get it right there as well. But if I go to the back, you do have your SD card and micro SD card slots. You have USB-C power pass-through as well, 2 USB-A ports for data, and then finally Ethernet, so if you do want to plug in, hardwire in, and lastly you do have your HDMI right there as well if you want to video out to some sort of display from your iPhone. So Satechi's 7-in-1 USB-C hub, I do recommend it if you guys are in the creative space and you use your iPhone for anything creative or videography related, so you can share amongst your friends and things like that. The next one I want to bring up is going to be on the charging solution side. Again, the goal here is to bring things that are small, minimal, and easy to use, but still effective, right? I'm not bringing a laptop with me, I'm not bringing an iPad with me, so I don't need something that has 65 watts or 100 watts of power. So this 35 watt slim charger from Nomad is going to be more than enough. It has one single USB-C port, it's ultra slim as you can see right here. You have the prongs that kind of stick out and move around. Very simple, very self-explanatory. Just a slim 35 watt reliable charger to bring with you for a wall charging solution. And then next up is going to be a portable Apple Watch charger. Now this is part of the 3-in-1 ESR charger, so this is modular and removable. They do sell it separately, but of course it also comes bundled in their 3-in-1, and to charge my Apple Watch Ultra 2 with the new Nomad Stratos band. But this is very self-explanatory as well. You remove this, it's a magnetic kind of case right here. You plug that into anything. If you don't want to lose that little cover, it is magnetically attachable on the other side, and you can plug it into your iPhone, plug it into this Nomad charger here if you want to, which fits perfectly to be able to charge your Apple Watch on the go. So if you guys need an Apple Watch charger that's easy, small, compact, the one by ESR is a great solution. And if we continue on here, I do want to talk about some other MagSafe accessories. And one that I'm going to bring up that I do love and I'm going to recommend to anybody is going to be Keyuxu's B10 5000 milliamp hour MagSafe battery, because a few things, right? First off, look how thin this is compared to the rest of the competition. 5000 milliamp hours, you throw it onto the back of your iPhone, it starts charging wirelessly. It does everything that you want it to. It charges 15 watts because it does support Qi 2. And if you want to wire in, you can charge up to 20 watts of faster charging with a wire. It does charge via USB-C. You have your light indicators down here as well. So very easy and very familiar to know. But one thing that it has for a trick up its sleeve that I mentioned before is that this ring out here is an additional MagSafe ring. So you can attach other accessories like this MOF tripod wallet stand. So you can attach that and you have a nice little package there that you can then open up. You have your cards in here if you want to add a couple cards, and then act as a tripod here as well if you want to stand this up and have this kind of scenario going right here. Of course, it's a little top heavy, so it's going to be a little bit wobbly, but not the end of the world whatsoever. And you're charging your battery while having this MOF stand. This pairs up beautifully with something like the Satechi cable. So do one of these guys. If I do need to maybe record in ProRes or in 4K and it's going to record for a while and I want to make sure I have enough battery, I can do that. Plug it in down here. And now I have a USB-C hub plugged into my iPhone while being charged magnetically and wirelessly with no issues whatsoever. And I have this kind of nice little machine in here, which I love to show off. This also pairs nicely with a Lumnu's G4 stand. So again, this attaches magnetically, and this is a 4-in-1. So you can kind of use it as a stand in portrait mode, in landscape mode as well. You can use this kind of as a finger holder as well. And then the nice little trick that this has up its sleeve is, first off, the magnets are super strong, but it has a tiny 4mm ceramic blade in here for all your box cutting needs. Again, this is going to be spring loaded, so you don't have to worry about this kind of popping out on its own. And it's only 4mm because a ceramic blade is very, very sharp and very sturdy, meant to cut through a lot of different materials very easily. So last thing you want to have is to have a giant ceramic blade sticking out. And this is TSA approved, funny enough. So if you do want to bring something on the go with you, this little ceramic blade and the G4 stand 4-in-1 by Lumnu pairs up great with the B10 charger from Keyuxu. And then a more recent one that I have is going to be this little guy right here. So a lot of people aren't going to be aware of what this is, but this is going to be a Planck SSD. This is just the carrier. As you can see, you have a little protrusion here. But you take this out, and this thing is teeny tiny. I mean, look at how small this is. This little Planck SSD, because that's what it's called, does have up to 2 terabytes of storage. I have the 2 terabyte version, and there's a couple things that I really like about this from an ergonomic and a quality of life standpoint. So first off, they have a little lip there right there, so it does allow you to plug this in even if you have an iPhone with a case. You plug it in and it still fits nicely. And this does give you a ton of extra storage for your iPhone. So for example, if you do like to use your iPhone and record in that ProRes log footage, you go to your camera application, you click on this right here, or go into video, click on this, go to log, and then it'll automatically switch to the USB-C SSD plugged directly into the iPhone. And now when you record, I have an additional 5 hours of recordable time because it's going to record directly to this SSD. I remove it and then I'm good to go. So it recognizes it very, very quickly and very easily. And then it also brings a bunch of little stickers so you can kind of indicate and write on them and then stick it to the bottom of this to indicate what type of footage is on here or what you want to categorize SSD as. But the Planck SSD, if you're a creator, or if you're on the go, or if you just like to record and log, or maybe just record a ton of footage, this one is amazing. And I love this little kind of holder on here because if not, it's so small, you might lose this thing. And then a couple of little tidbits for fun. The first one's going to be the Nomad keychain cable. This thing is made out of Kevlar, made out of titanium, has super strong magnets. It's a keychain, so it fits anywhere you want to. Supports 240 watts of fast charging, supports data pass-through. If you're in a pickle, you can just combine this with this in here, and then you're able to charge at full speed. Just having a very high quality small cable to be in these situations when you are away from your computer, away from your office, is one that I highly recommend. So that's Nomad's keychain cable right there. And then lastly, I want to show off the Absolute game controller. This is going to be a snap-on controller. You flip this around, put your iPhone to the side here, and then all of a sudden you are playing on the go. You have all the different layouts that you want. So you have your 2 joysticks, your D-pad, start and select buttons, your home button, your mode button, then of course your X, Y, B, and A buttons. I have a full video that I released earlier this week reviewing this thing and giving you a hands-on. And then also, what I like about it is just how modular and small this is. So this removes completely. This is tiny, and then this is not only a magnetic ring to hold it, but then also it has a built-in kickstand. So I can go and do one of these, and then I'm mobile gaming on the go, just like this, as if I'm maybe using this as a Switch console, and this also connects to your Switch itself. So you want to bring this with your Switch, it works perfectly. It does connect via Bluetooth, charges via USB-C, and gives you about 12 hours of battery life, and the latency is little to none. And the very last little piece here I want to mention is going to be those quality of life kind of features. First off, you have a little pen holder right here in the actual sling bag. Another thing is you have a very secret compartment over here to house an AirTag. And with the new AirTags that just came out, this is going to be perfect. So I have my AirTag built right in here, slip it in there, Velcro attaches, and I'll never lose the sling. And then lastly, of course, you have a little holder in here, or a little kind of carabiner that you can open up for your keychain. I just like to have this aluminum tape measure, very small tape measure, that gives you, I think, like 3 or 4 feet of measurement. Always nice to have something like this to have on the go, but that's everything that I fit in the sling bag. Again, the idea here is to have an everyday carry. So if you are away for 24 hours, you're able to kind of make sure everything is powered on, you're able to charge everything, but you're still able to be creative and have everything that you need to on the go in a little sling bag that's only 1 liter, super lightweight, and fits pretty small right on you. But that'll do it for this video. Leave a comment down below what your favorite product was that I mentioned. Maybe we'll do a giveaway on Twitter, so head over there and follow me. Also, comment down below maybe something that I could also add to this everyday carry. And stay tuned because I have a what's in my backpack video coming up very soon because I got a brand new backpack that I want to show off. But that'll do it for this video, everybody. Leave a little dolphin in the comments down below so I know you made it to the end. And if you want to watch more videos like this, check out one of these videos right here. Until next time, I'm Fernando. Peace, everyone. That plank SSD is fire.